Sorry?
Put your shit on vibrate.
It's on vibrate.
He said, put your shit on vibrate, bitch. Be professional.
What, you gonna punch me in the face?
Got it!
It's my birthday week. How dare you?
Oh, she said you violent.
Damn.
Bro.
I'm gonna shut up now. Why'd you put this in front of me?
I'm gonna be honest. I think about it all the time.
Yeah,
That's
a lot of
crazy.
People do,
now, you know what's going on?
She's kind of nuts.
No, I ain't gonna hold you. When I said I wanted to hire you back, she was like, well, you know, he has a... You know what he does, right? And I was like, girl,
thought I was gonna punch anybody.
I said, girl, he ain't gonna punch us.
I
We
didn't say
women.
that.
No, you did. You was a little nervous that he was out here punching
that
niggas.
wasn't it. I kind of felt awkward because of Rory and Maul.
Oh, I didn't.
That made me feel awkward.
They're not.
They're super chill. But I just meant like, damn, we're gonna take Eden right back.
Hell yeah, he need a job. That nigga had time.
But I was just like, and you know, it's funny because a lot of people don't maybe understand how it all happened, right?
This is not live, right?
Yeah, this is all going in the episode.
No,
we don't have to talk about it.
Okay, well, anyway, I definitely call Rory once that happened.
Y'all, welcome to Whoreible Decisions.
Wait,
we got our producers on the mic.
I have to tell you the tea, Eden.
Oh.
So I called Rory to hang out that week. And y'all know I'm not on Twitter. No one told me what happened. So I called Rory. I'm like, hey, we're talking shit or whatever for like 5 or 10 minutes. He's like, so go ahead. I'm like, what? And he's like, come on. I know what you want to hear. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? He's like, Weezy, like, you're fine with me. I'm like, I am not. He's like, oh yeah.
You literally don't be in the world. You in your own world.
I am.
But you're not, once you on Twitter and you dealing with the Twitter spheres of the bullshit, the shit crazy. The shit crazy.
Let me tell you how like far removed I am. I got a phone call from someone I work with.
Oh yeah, you said this on Patreon.
And they were literally like, you need to stop doing da-da-da. And I'm like, what are you talking about? It was because Mandii and our ex-co-host were beefing. And I'm like,
oh, it was from that. I thought you was talking about the other podcaster or me. Like,
oh, no.
The way every week is somebody different.
I don't be knowing what's going on. The only thing I did know, bitch, was when you pulled out that laptop. And I was...
No, so what's crazy is niggas swear I be beefing with anyone, but it don't be beef with nobody. I just share my opinion and move on. But also, I really love being petty. Oh my God.
So it's messy.
That shit make my pussy thump in real life. Like my shit be like moving. I be like, ooh, be petty. I swear to God. It be.
You think you don't start it?
No, I don't start it. First off, freedom of speech. It's one of the amendments. Commandments. What is amendments?
Amendments.
You're right.
Bitch, get the fuck out of here.
What?
Listen, because when I move to Georgia, bitch, a bitch getting a little pink gun, pew pew, it's gonna be cute.
Now you're moving. Now you're good.
I mean, listen, the gun about to be gunning.
Girl, I literally had a phone call from a girl that I rarely hang out with. Maybe once a year I see her, and she was like, "Girl, I can't wait to hang out with you when you in Atlanta." I'm like, "I'm not coming to Atlanta. What are you talking about? I don't have any plans." She's like, "No, I listened to this week, and Mandi's coming to Atlanta." So
that's crazy.
I said, "Oh."
First off, the fact that you could live in LA and Mexico, but niggas think the show ended because I'm moving to Atlanta. I'm like, bitch, I'm gonna still be in New York. We gonna make it motherfucking happen.
I think
it's gonna
what
be in
actually
person.
may come from this, I think that could be fun. I think I told you, Earn Your Leisure inspired me a little bit because they travel for episodes. Like, if there's anything that's close by, I'm like, no,
girl, we are touring next year. If I don't, the least amount of times I have to get on a plane next year, no, we about to get back on the road.
Atlanta, to me, is traveling for, like, it's moving around.
I go to LA now because you're there. If you have to come to Atlanta, yeah, I think we'll be open to more guest options, but I think the audience be liking these solos. So I think as long as we not fighting, hey, if y'all start seeing a whole bunch of guests, just know we're going through it, but we will come back.
That's how I feel about booty pics. If I post my ass, bitch.
That mean you single?
That mean I'm single. That mean I'm trying to piss him off.
Oh. And see, this is why I'm finna be single forever. Because, bitch, I wish a nigga would.
Oh, girl, let me tell you
You're not gonna sit here and go straight to the internet and get the attention of folks because you mad right now. Because I'll be like, go. And then that's the problem, too.
No, it's just fun.
You know, so for me, that's where I think shit be fucking up with me. Like, I don't think I care enough. So when niggas see that shit don't really faze me, they be like, oh, but you don't even really like
It's part of the game.
Yeah, I don't be caring.
Hate the player. So I wanted to bring something up that I found to be interesting. Speaking of niggas. So I'm watching Love is Blind with my dude, right? The Love is Blind UK version.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very interesting one because there's a black couple on there and the girl that he chose, to me, she ain't a big girl, but she's definitely like curvy.
You know what's crazy about you saying whatever you about to go say? So because they're casting in Atlanta right now for Love is Blind, my homegirls was like, bitch, you got to go on. You got to move here. And I said, are we friends? Bitch, my love is not blind.
No.
I need to see. My love can be deaf. Bitch, I'm too shallow for Love is Blind.
Normally I say like, I would date an ugly nigga. Rah, rah, rah. Being with a fine nigga again. Bro, we went to the layout. I can't tell you how many people stopped this nigga to, hey, I'm making a photo album. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. It does feel good again. But so something made me realize, maybe I do have a little Mandii in me. Here's why.
Now she got a little Mandii in you. Say it again. Say it again.
I didn't say I was eating ass this week. I said I have a little Mandii in me because So here's the conversation we start having. We're watching Love is Blind. And when the black dude saw the shorty, he was like, oh, she's fire. She's fire. But we didn't really believe. I was like, oh no, I feel like he wasn't feeling the fact, There was another girl he almost chose who's super fit. She even talks about how she goes to the gym twice a week. And when he saw her, his reaction was intense. So we were like, is love really blind? And I said to him, you think if we were behind these walls, we would choose each other? He was like, yeah. Of course we would. Think about our first phone conversation. Before we ever met in person, we were on the phone for hours. Like, we really vibed with each other. I'm like, yeah, but if I was on it, it's because I feel like I thought you were fine and you thought I was fine. So we're flirting now because we know each other's sexy. That's the basis of our first connection, right? I said, but what if there was a guy in the pods on Love is Blind that we have a lot of different opinions, my man and I. Like I said, he's very wolfy in the sense that he's a hotepy nigga, and I'm not. What if I met a dude?
Wolf is like shaking his head.
Kind of had a different energy, or was more like, oh yeah, I'm all about this, or like sex ed and women's liberation. Would I have been like, oh, we're so in alignment? Would I have thought that was more of a guy for me, just because of the fact that behind these walls, I'm trying to find someone quote unquote compatible. And I was like, yo, if we would have seen each other outside in that honeymoon space, like, nigga, we would have been wilding out. Me and him are really attracted to each other. To the point, Mandii, this is why I don't think Love is Blind. When we had a disagreement a few weeks ago, I tried to FaceTime him. He was mad at me about some shit. No, not really. I was like, come on, answer the phone. He was like, no. Later that week, he told me he didn't answer the phone. He's like, I can't look at you when we're in a disagreement because it makes me not focus on why I was mad. I love you so much. I'm looking at you. I care about you. Like, I'm seeing you, and it's ruining even what I want to try to get on the table. Like, I can't focus on getting through to the issue because I'm looking at you.
That's a problem. That was a problem. That's why I stayed with my ex alone. Bitch, I know this.
Just because he's fine?
Baby, that's what, yes. When I tell you, I was like, all right, this nigga lying right now. And I know he lying because he's not a good liar.
That's funny.
And I was like, but God damn, the way I wanted to jump his fucking bones every time, the way I wanted to fuck him, I couldn't even be mad for long because it's like, damn, he fine. Okay, whatever. He ain't shit, but he fine. Like, a fine ass nigga. And what's crazy is only for so long. By the way, you get ugly after a while. Like, when I saw that nigga at the park, I was like, look at these salmon ass, ugly ass shorts this nigga got on. I thought his outfit was ugly.
Salmon shorts.
I thought everything about, I said, ooh.
He can't dress.
I said the last year of his been rough. He looking a little rough. I just didn't like anything about him. I said, ooh, he looking every bit of 50 now. He didn't look young. I hated everything about, but that's because I had gotten so, but while I was in the midst of it and really enthralled by him, his looks literally made everything blind.
I do think that by the love thing, that's what I'm saying. Love isn't blind because there is
love is blind to the bullshit.
That's true. That's
love is blind to the bullshit. Let's be very clear.
The physicality of the conversation, you start to see somebody and realize like why you love them. And I think the attraction, for example, right now, I talk about my dad being in a wheelchair a lot. And my mom and him are very playful about it, right? But attraction isn't necessarily physical. It's spirit too. And it's something you have to see. And it's energy that you have to see. I say that because my dad...
Because he witchy. But keep going. Because he witchy.
I'm not talking about myself. Oh. I'm watching this with my parents, right? They were together when my dad was younger, more fit. He used to be a boxer in his young age, a cop. And like all kinds of like military shit he used to do. So he had a fit body. As he's aging and more fragile, my mom is still very into him. And I'm wondering like, sometimes in my brain, if she's being phony with him or whatever. And I'm like, oh, it's because you could still feel this thing with him when you see him. He's making you laugh. You're looking at his eyes. It's not just if they're fine. It's your connection to them.
Of course.
And like that shit is so physical that I don't believe that those couples that like say they're falling in love in the pods like are in reality. Like ever. They're not in a real reality. Because at the end of the day, yes, someone can be amazing. You fell in love with a friend, bro.
Yeah.
That is the differentiation.
I mean, I think that that's a bit of the problem when people get into relationships. They're looking for the perfect person. They're looking for someone that they have everything in common. When I do believe opposites attract, but in a way that could be like, should be healthy though. Like me and my partner, bitch, y'all know he was a flat earther, fucking all the shit. And I loved just the constant conversations because we didn't agree on a lot of things around life, but it made for excitement. I think also people constantly look for someone who likes every single thing that they do. I remember when King Noir was on here and he was like, I don't like Pretty Ricky. So if we're in a relationship, I would love for you to go enjoy that with someone else. Go enjoy Pretty Ricky. I think so many times we look for someone to like be everything we want them to be or to be so similar to us that's what I think happens in Love is Blind. Like, did y'all see the one where it was like, wait, your granddad is named that? Me too. Your aunt is named that? Me too. And these niggas just thought they were fucking meant to be together and not thinking that they were fucking related.
No, two of them had special needs, fucking cousins. And it was like, yo, but on some real, I'm not even trying to be funny. Can you imagine having a brother who's special needs and you meet somebody who also is going through the same thing? You're like, oh my God.
Someone will understand me. Yeah.
Now,
no, let's do a family tree.
Hold on, you were just making me think something.
Let's figure this out. Because baby, we might get together and have kids that end up like our cousins.
Do you know when I noticed the biggest differentiation in myself and my partner right now?
What?
My Florida shit. That nigga be looking at me like, bitch, you are a bird. Don't let no Kodak come on. It's really embarrassing. He told me that backstage in our show, we were playing Kaya. He was like, I looked at you like, I cannot believe I'm...
Well, girl, Florida's its own
it really
country, its own place.
But Mandii, if I would have been on that show and met a nigga from Florida, it's over. I'm probably going to match with you because I'm like, we finna say, jit, you green as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, and as much as people say like, oh, you know how we change our voice, when I go back to Florida, it takes me like a few days to get it out. Like real bad.
Damn.
Did that happen to you?
No, bitch. I go down there and I be like, what? I don't understand anybody. Like, I be like, God damn, this is what they be talking about.
Man, fuck you.
Nah, niggas.
I be on it.
I ain't gonna hold you. I'm like, yuck. But I don't like accents. And I realize, ooh, it's very deep down here.
You literally have it.
I don't sound like them. You got me fucked up. When I go anywhere, they be like, you're from New York, but I think it's because I'm loud.
Okay, bet.
I do not sound.
Do you know why people think
I don't sound like.
No.
I don't sound deep like them motherfuckers.
People think we're from New York because the dressing is elevated.
Okay.
Like when you go to another spot in the States, your clothes, you realize like, oh, like I got some more swag.
Oh yeah, I got swag.
Now, even when I'm in LA, right? The way that people know I'm not from LA
is because you don't wear spandex.
I was gonna say it's not athleisure and it's not dead ass. You're right.
Yeah.
They wear leggings and shit.
That's it.
And
they all just come from New
Yorkers be putting shit on that just kind of look a little different. You're almost like, does this not match? And in New York, that shit is a vibe. The only thing LA girls do that New York girls do is a cargo pant and a crop tee. Because that's just bad bitch wear in the summertime.
Yeah.
Right? That's what all the baddies gonna wear in the summertime. But other than that, none of them hoes be knowing. And I really appreciate it. Like, bruh. And the niggas dress the same. It's cool because it's kind of sexy for LA. Like, if you want to wear essentials every day, cool. Like, I get that's your aesthetic. Do your neutral tone, son.
The neutral.
But I do like a little...
Skater boy
I like a little gang. Actually, if I could put the Mexican style on a black man, kind of like, not Ocho, what's his name? He got his song Ocho. YG? That nigga be dressing.
Okay.
He got a swag to him with the Dickies.
He dresses like a Mexican is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Or a
gangbanger.
gangbanger.
Mexicans
no, it's probably he dresses like he from Compton.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, something, bitch.
Oh.
What is it? Add in your DJ.
I forgot what that. I forgot.
That's crazy. And you're Latina.
That's not
Can you
YG,
keep counting?
and nor that is that Latino.
Ooh.
It's not YG?
No.
It's the OT Genesis nigga?
You mean, first of all, the song from YG, I think you're talking about Loco?
How
My
go?
bitch go loco. Go, that's what I'm
My
thinking.
bitch go loco.
That is a whole different song.
That's
Yeah.
enough.
A whole different beat.
That's YG.
She just started saying something in Spanish.
Yeah.
I forgot. I'm gonna add him to my hall pass list.
YG is added to your hall pass list?
Yeah, it's probably the swag.
Okay.
Right now, it's Skepta, then
the guy who does
ASAP, then
Uno,
YG.
which is the Uno dos tres one, his name is MJ. Whole different guy.
Well, anyway, I don't know him. So to me, all them niggas sound the same.
Wow, YG, okay.
Bro, I'm not gonna hold you. Whenever left, right? Let me see you do it. I'm like, okay, that's OT Genesis and YG, huh?
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Girl, I just found Roddy Ricch from LA.
Like YG?
I love Roddy Ricch, huh?
You don't like YG?
Aesthetically, like how he looks, like would I want a whole hall pass and want to suck his dick from the back? No.
Are you looking at him? Bitch, that nigga look.
Are you looking at him?
Good, bitch.
He looks like if you had these heels on, he may have to look up.
No, I don't think he's that short. I actually think he's tall as shit.
Take a guess on his height. Take a guess on his height.
He's not tall.
Take a guess on his height.
5'9"?
I'm gonna say 6'1".
He's 6 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which means he's 5'10" and a half.
No, he's not short.
Bro, they even make...
you think
they make Allen Iverson over 6 foot.
Allen away from you?
Allen Iverson is not even over 6 foot, and the internet say he's 6'1". Go look and see how tall Allen Iverson is. Allen Iverson is lucky to be 5'11" and 3/4.
Why do you think that is, though?
Because they be lying.
It just says 6 feet.
And he ain't.
If you 5'11", 6/4, I'm giving you
6 feet, bro.
6 feet.
No, AI is not fucking 6 feet tall. I'm telling you, bro, I'm 5'1". I done been in the same spot. Bro, that nigga used to be at the strip club every time when I lived in Atlanta.
He's 6 foot to you.
No, he's not 6 foot. He is under 6 foot. He about 5'10".
I'm telling you, he's not short. I've seen him. He's not short.
I've seen YG too. He's short to me.
I mean, so, okay, we have to understand that Mandi's parameters for being short and tall is very different. I'm like miniature to her.
I didn't say no.
Me?
Essentially, based off this math, yeah.
Based off this math, I'm saying that normally when niggas say they 6 foot, it's 2 inches shorter.
Someone Google how tall Duke Dennis is since you want to fuck with that nigga. Let's run with it.
Oh, he tall. I already looked it up. He like 6'3". Duke Dennis like 6'3", right?
6'2".
He do look tall.
Yeah.
2 inches?
No, wow. First off, bet you wouldn't say that about no dick. Yes, 2 more inches.
Well,
that is fucking...
That's for y'all.
Bro, 2 inches on a heel is a lot. 2 inches on a dick is a lot. 2 inches on a human being is a lot. Are y'all serious?
You wouldn't be tight? I just told Wolf I'd be tight if I lost 2 inches.
Bro, there's niggas...
Never mind, I take it back. I'm not as shallow as you.
Bro, there are niggas doing their whole knees to get 2 inches.
I don't need to be taller. I'm good.
But that's what I'm saying. Y'all better stop acting like 2 inches ain't a lot. Yeah, it's a lot.
For you, it is.
Girl, so what's up with you? Because you're talking some bullshit right now.
I'm just saying, 2 inches is the difference between a cute heel and a kitten. There's a difference, bitch. Let's talk about the inches here.
All right, let me ask you a question, right? A dude is 6'2", but he also got a 6-inch dick. You could either lose one of the 2 inches from either side. Which 2 inches is you losing?
I'm gonna keep the dick.
Is it girthy?
It's a normal girth.
6-inch dick. And I'm on Mandii on this one. Them 2 inches would actually.
Yeah. Wait, he's 6 foot?
6'2".
Oh, he's 6'2"?
Nah, fuck it. Then he's 6 foot.
Okay, he's 6 foot.
And he has
That's
a
what I'm
6
saying. We gotta go to the 6 foot.
So you either lose, he
2
either
inches
goes
of
down
height
to
from a 6-footer, or 2 inches of dick from a 6-incher.
So he's either 5'10" or 4-inch dick.
Either way, I'm gonna kick the dick. Keep the dick. 6-inch to me is not bad. I think 6 inch is really good. In love, when you in love, the 6-inch dick is.
He gonna let me fuck other niggas?
No. See, look, that's crazy.
That's the compromise.
I mean, wait. Bitch, I want to be a little tall nigga. Let me look up at you.
But he gonna be 5'10", but with a 6-inch dick.
No, I'm gonna add the 2 on the
taller
height.
than you, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
I have a Napoleon complex.
I'm glad you admitted it.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Is that a Napoleon? I thought Napoleon complex.
I feel taller
the
and
listeners
bigger.
have known that for a long time.
Bitch, I feel taller than what I really am. I'm just saying. I don't like, okay, y'all being real judgy right now.
Mad tiny.
So y'all both would just lose the 2 inches of height.
No, she's losing the 2 inches of height. I'm losing the 2 inches of dick, but it's going to be ethically
I would add it to the height. I want it on the height too.
I get some more dick. Or, bitch, I'll put an extender on him at this point. Like, because
I would be so tight if
why
I
would
go
you
in
be
a
tight
bed.
about the extender?
Extender what? Dick?
No. You can extend your dick.
I'm good.
Never.
You don't want to put your dick inside of another dick?
No.
Actually, that is a good question for y'all.
Yeah,
would you add it to height or dick?
Yeah, wait. No, I want to ask. I want to ask this question. So, would you wear if you got with a woman who lets you know that she's a size queen? Would you?
Even if you have a 10-inch dick right now.
I don't care about the size. Like, say you got a small dick and you get with a size queen, but you love her dearly. Would you rather wear the extendo on your dick to make your dick bigger, or would you allow her to fuck a nigga with a big dick?
Oh,
Which
fuck
one?
no,
Which
damn.
one?
That's actually a good question.
Which one?
What?
What's your answer, Ed?
So you don't have a brain of your own, Wolf? I want to hear Wolf.
I need some context.
I'm not.
Where you
I'm
at?
gonna have to add the extendo. I'm not into a dude fucking my girl.
Okay, Wolf.
I don't like either one of these options, but yeah, I'm picking the extendo for sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm not letting someone fuck my girl.
That's not
Oh
happening.
God, but y'all want threesomes.
I don't want no threesomes.
Well,
either.
would
Fellas
you-
need to fucking get
would
with
you-
the
would you
program.
be
If
mad-
you go fuck another bitch and we gonna do threesomes, let me get some more dick. God damn it.
Honestly, men are so used to over time feeling emasculated by another man fucking their girl that I think
Yeah, but I'm a cheat.
Wait, that you think what? Finish that sentence.
that I think I try to give them grace when they do the double standard, and I only give them grace because the patriarchy has tried to make women understand, like, they're gonna fuck other women, and there's nobody doing that for us. There's nobody saying, hey, women want to like meet someone else, they want to do this. Like,
Ladies, I will be your savior. We want more dick. Give us more dick. Some of us want trains. Some of us want gangbangs. Some of us want bukkake Weezy. I think that we should start now. We should be here today.
What should they fuck me for?
No, we should be we should today stand up as a women to let the world know that women desire and crave and
If I'm elected
yearn.
for president, I'm gonna hope that you get your gangbangs, you get your trains at least once a goddamn year. And I proudly stand up.
I hate you.
I
But she
feel like
said
we-
once a year. I was about to ask for once a quarter.
I feel like men embrace their freaks.
Excuse me?
You don't think so?
Bro, let me tell you. The
I
reason
don't think the world accepts, like, just seeing what the world, and when I say the world, the internet and everyone had to say about Adam 22, allowing Lena to sleep with other men,
Yeah, that was crazy.
completely let me know that a lot of men, even if they would be okay with it, don't know how to express it or
That's
would
good
never
for
want to
them.
let anyone know that it wouldn't bother me if my bitch went out and fucked another guy. But I think because of how everyone around him would make him feel for that decision, it's something that, nah, bro, I ain't for that. Ain't nobody going to...
Bro, let me tell you something. To people that were acting like that with Adam, hate Adam 22 because he's white with a hip-hop
Exactly.
platform.
That's kind of
That
biggest
makes
thing.
sense.
Yeah.
Hate him for that.
Yeah.
He already was dating a woman who was doing sex work.
Yeah, sex work.
Like,
True.
then y'all took it even further. Bro, I just want to say something. I don't even know if they'll see this, but I work with a woman with Kenya Barris that literally told me she just found out that she goes to school, whatever private school she has her kid in. Adam and Lena's daughter go there.
Okay.
She was like, hey, do you know who Lena is?
Oh, wait, you talked about this on
Yeah.
Patreon.
And so basically talked about how normal Adam and Lena were on this field trip. She's like, he's so cool. They're so great. They're such great parents. I can't believe they do porn. And I'm like, why is
How
it
the
so
fuck do you
unbelievable
think kids
to you?
get here? Regular people have sex.
But here's the thing,
Them
though.
having sex on camera
That's
don't
not
make
to
them...
shade this woman. The woman's kind of older, and she's like, I cannot believe it. I cannot believe
Yeah,
it.
she's probably old school as fuck.
Right. And so the fact that Adam and Lena, I'm like, yo, I wish you knew how much money they were making. I wish you knew how big they were.
Yeah, they probably make more money than you, bitch. Sorry, I know that's your
Probably.
friend. Sorry. They do.
Damn.
She's not my friend. I work with her.
Oh, okay.
But probably.
So we can talk shit about her.
Probably.
Girl, get out your head, ho.
But no, I think the point is like, this is someone whose kid goes to school with their kid.
Mm-hmm.
The internet is looking at, first of all, Lena has her own, Lena the mom. She even has an Instagram where she shares her family life, right? They're real fucking parents. And like, the fact that one world you can see this is okay, one world he's okay being an interviewer, but it's okay when she's just doing OnlyFans, and the second it's sex with another man, now we're gonna fucking shit all over it.
And they did.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I think Adam may act like it's okay, but that shit would bother me.
I ain't gonna hold you. That's why I know y'all be like, like you be in a sex club every bitch. I've been going like bi-weekly just to go and talk to people because it's so refreshing to just be around people who are just so openly accepting of their kinks and other people and
like seeing was fine,
but seeing people bring
Until
even
a
their
dick came in.
partners, like that's what I even loved about going to Hito when we went, like talking to a married couple who brought condoms and the man was like, and these ain't for me. These are if she wants to have fun. Like I love to know that there are people that are literally living in whatever truth that they've created for them that makes them happy, that removes all of the stigma that fucking society has on sex.
There's a screenshot. Someone told me that that's not Love Weezy, like the relationship I'm in. And I read this comment from this week's episode. So many cis hetero people live in extreme contradictions.
Yep.
Cheating, but judging open relationships. Don't get tested, but have hella raw sex.
Yep.
Don't believe in abortions, but don't take care of their kids. Or do any form of due diligence on selecting the right partner.
Yep.
And that to me is so important because you don't believe in abortions, but you're having a baby with someone that you don't really give a fuck about and you're bringing a kid.
No, to me, it's the fucking everybody raw and not getting tested.
Oh, girl.
Yet judging sex workers who get tested like damn near every 9 days.
So, and that's really why I chose today to talk about so much about active parenthood because, yeah. I'm trying to think of something else I wanted to talk to you about.
Vanilla shit?
No, it was
look at me trying to stick to the outline.
It was something about you I was trying to follow up about.
Yeah.
Oh, what was the follow-up? What's been the follow-up from the couple? Have you spoken to them?
For what? No, they got to get their shit together.
Oh, so they haven't even that's all I wanted to know.
Oh, yeah, no.
They ain't like a picture, nothing yet, huh?
Well, no, I also was like, I still follow, but yeah, that's been happening.
Just any light convo there?
Yeah, no.
Anyway, all right, so vanilla shit. This one gets a little dark, but a great topic to talk about. And we often don't really talk about the R word. Trigger warning. If you want to skip a few minutes, we'll put it in the description of this bio, what part you don't have to hear about more R word stuff. So, R word is rape.
Thank you, Weezy.
Thank you.
What the word
I mean, although Glorilla did just get in trouble
R-word
for the other R word. She had to change the whole goddamn...
I really feel like I had to explain that.
Why? On this show? You don't think they know what the R word is?
Anyway, NPR.org. There is a new law. It happened around July, but we're just getting around to talking about it now. In Louisiana, there is a surgical castration law. It is the first state to allow, if you don't know what that means, your dick to be cut off as a punishment for sex crimes under a new law with a Republican governor. Which this to me is kind of crazy because I feel like victims of rape aren't normally protected enough by Republicans to me, not from what I've been reading, but especially with abortion and making them have the kid. So it's kind of ironic that a Republican governor is doing this, but whatever. He's allowing judges to order people found guilty of certain sex crimes against minor to undergo castration.
Against minors. So it's specific to pedophilia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the use of the castration as a punishment is a permanent procedure that will remove the testicles or the ovaries to stop the production of sex hormones. It is actually very rare around the world. Czech Republic, Madagascar, and Nigeria have some laws on the books about it. I also have these new braces. I shouldn't have been reading an article. Several states, including Louisiana, have allowed for chemical castration with pharmaceutical drugs to push down these sex offenders' drive. I didn't even know that.
Okay.
But it's grabbing headlines because it's raising concerns around ethics and constitutionality of the law over whether the punishment would actually make a difference.
That's where my mind went.
Me too. Mainly because any friend of mine, I never had something happen to me when I was a kid, but a lot of them was touching. It wasn't entry with a penis. They got touched by an uncle, they got touched by a cousin, or even one of the people I know, their father. And it wasn't full on sex, but it was touching. So there are
but so that's the thing.
But that's why it's the testicle, excuse me, because of producing testosterone.
So that's why I think when you discuss the R word and the R word kit, that's why semen is saying it now. That's why semen is involved in all of that, like because it does include that part of the sex act. So to me though, in terms of it being a punishment, I think the psychology around what even we talk about in terms of sex and what people get off on, if this person is no longer having the desire need to explode, which is how we know a lot of men get their,
and this is for women too, for their ovaries.
What they look like, what they enjoy, I think it could lead to maybe people going to more extremes, like sodomy or using different tools or different things. Kind of like what fucking, who's the nigga that I just watched? Who's the, Ted Bundy? Mm-hmm. Like the way that...
You have a sick demented mind, right?
I think that it could lead to you having a different type of mind to where you will get off for maybe things. If you have the sick mind to force yourself on a child or force yourself into an individual that is not consenting, I think if that gets taken away, your mind can become more disturbed to you taking advantage of people in other ways.
Well, let me
that
read
I think could be
the
sick.
age. So this is rape, incest, and molestation under 13. The punishment is on the judge's discretion. Now, you can refuse it. And if you refuse it, you have another 3 to 5 years of additional prison sentence without getting out early. The law doesn't allow anyone under 17 to receive that punishment. The rep said they were inspired to propose the bill after seeing a disturbing article about a 51-year-old man who was arrested for raping a 12-year-old, and the story revealed he was already a registered sex offender. And he raped a 5-year-old in 2007. And she believes that there wasn't a strong enough law to stop it and believes that forcing that procedure could have saved that person. And also, raping a 5-year-old is such a cruel and unusual punishment. Yeah. He later did it to a 12-year-old, which is a lot older. But I don't know. It made me think a lot because, to be honest, if it's my kid, do it. But that's also how I'm feeling in that moment. So I wondered if there could be another layer, and I actually think the layer should be incest.
I think pedophilia is a sickness that would be like, I guess, autism. There's so with autism, there's no medicate, like you're living with autism. I think that if your brain...
Girl, no, you did.
No, let me finish. Let me get here. If your brain puts you to where you feel like pedophilia, like you can't control it, I think that because it's a crime, that you should be in jail forever. A 5-year-old, I think there shouldn't be a time that you get out. I think that because in your mind you did nothing wrong. And I don't think that there's rehabilitation for pedophilia.
Nigga, let me tell you something.
I think that it's a sickness that we've made it also into a crime. So I don't think that they should be out in the open. I think that they need to be locked away. Not that there's anything wrong with autism. Right. I want to be sure I draw that parallel.
Oh, okay.
What I'm saying, no. That's what I'm saying. Let me make it to where it's a sickness that a crime is attached to it that I don't think that you rehabilitate out of, because I think that there's literally something just unbalanced in your psyche.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? That's why they want to take the balls off, because they can't put him in jail. I agree. Or even a 5-year-old, you got to go to jail for life.
Yeah, that's jail for life. You don't get out.
And whatever.
But you know what I mean? Or I'm cool with, I would be cool. I would be more cool with, I would be cool with the death sentence, because the trauma that A, you put onto that child for life, but B, the fact that you are probably more likely to do it again to another child. Nah, bro, you gotta die.
So here's the thing though, Mandii, from 5 to 10, then it's 12. All of us are having trauma. And I say that to say, are we going to kill because we are looking at 5.
I'm talking about sexual, we're talking about rape right now.
I know we are.
And that was strong. So to me, yes, any age, but that law specifically was for under 12. I will say for under 12, kill the motherfucker. I don't see how a grown man 28 plus
I'm with you on that one.
Could even find a way to where that would be okay.
Dude, I had a conversation with a man recently where I told them about someone I know who's lost their virginity to their dad. And he said, I think I dated 3 girls that's father had sex with them.
Yeah.
And he's in his 40s. And he was like, it's crazy.
I talked about it on, that's why my uncle is deported.
Bro.
Did 10 years and then got deported.
Do you know how close?
And I don't think he should be out. There's someone in my
family too.
I don't think he should be out.
There's literally this is so fucking normal.
Yeah.
I remember this reaction, maybe I talked about it in the book, but that my mom had to someone taking me to a toy store.
Yeah.
Did I talk about it in the book?
You talked about it on the pod.
Oh yeah. The way that my mom ran out the house with no shoes on, fucking ran after the car, tried to pull open the car door. And I'm like, why can't I?
I talk about this all the time. The fact that we all have normalized having a creepy uncle, it's fucking weird.
I think that's how frequent it is.
But the way that ain't nobody checking these niggas. Y'all should be disgusted and call these motherfuckers out. Why do they keep coming to the barbecue? Why the fuck? I don't care if it's your brother, my nigga.
Oh, right.
Why do they keep coming around? If you know that they have any sort of weirdo, creepy ass shit, specifically around teenage girls. No, why the fuck are they even still being invited around? Why are they not being checked? It's disgusting.
Speaking of it, remember the woman who tried to shoot her husband's dick off in DC and she's in jail for the daycare?
For the daycare, yeah. It's disgusting. Shit nasty out here, bro.
Anyway, so yeah.
Sorry for the trigger warning. Hope y'all.
No, but I mean, it's
Understood
vanilla
that
shit,
topic,
and
yeah.
most of the time our vanilla shit is fun. But I mean, I do feel like Sex in the News, that was a big deal. I had to talk about that one. For the hors d'oeuvre, I'll tell you right now, it's a braces tip. It's the only one I got.
That's hilarious.
This shit is tough.
I'm sure.
You spit more?
Oh yeah, you probably could give slop your head.
So the issue with sucking dick is when you put your lips around your teeth, like he can't feel the braces, right? So the problem isn't for him. He don't need to be scared. I need to be scared because now the braces are rubbing the inside of my cheek.
Of your gums.
Mm.
So the braces tip I have is literally wax around the teeth. They sell this orthodontist wax. But for anyone with Invisalign, I know a lot of people do other ortho work where your gums are actually sore. There's this thing, it starts with a P, sore gums mouthwash. You do that before you suck a dick, girl, you don't feel a thing.
Okay.
You have to leave it in your mouth for 2 minutes. It has some ingredient with a B. You'll figure out when you go to the store, there's only like one sore mouth gum thing. When you swish it around, literally you don't feel anything, and then you start drooling.
Now, I'm going to tell you. You said there's only one sore mouth numb thing, whatever. Not sure if it's edible. But baby, I done had...
the one that makes the dick desensitized?
No. The one that's supposed to numb your booty hole for anal.
That's the one.
Baby, that shit gets to your mouth, you not feeling shit. Baby, I did a little ATM and I sucked the little...
That's ass to mouth. She's disgusting.
Baby, I've sucked the dick straight out my ass. And
girl.
mind you, I got the...
Hang on that thing.
I got the numbing lube in my ass, not thinking anything of it. Baby, when I tell you I couldn't even... Bitch, I felt like my tongue was gone. I felt like everything was out my mouth, bitch. So that's another option, bitch. I was like,
girl.
Am my pum there? I couldn't talk. Shit was crazy. I was like, oh, fuck. I done fucked up now.
Well.
Say
that to say, yeah.
So you've used it?
Yeah.
And it works? Like you don't...
Oh, I haven't got to suck a dick yet. I've been practicing on bananas and cucumbers.
Oh, you haven't sucked his dick yet since?
No, unfortunately, I haven't had time. But
you giving a tip without...
No, I'm practicing. Seriously, and I've been collecting data, and apparently wax is the only thing. And I tried the sore numb thing myself.
Data. You can leave it down.
I'm not about to hurt my fucking...
No, but I only love what you just said because this goes into the horrible decision and some takes that I have.
Collecting data?
No, the fact that you collected data, but you're inexperienced because you haven't done it yet, yet you're giving advice.
T. Well, I mean, here's the thing. We didn't have enough time for me to tell y'all my first dick sucking story before we got in the studio, but I really wanted to give that tip because you have to actually look the tips up before you try it. Like, there's so many ways to hurt yourself now that you have this thing, right? Like, literally, I'm going back to Thailand and I want to go to Reggae Bar. And Reggae Bar is a place where you fight for a free drink.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, I'm going to beat some hoe up and get my little aggression out.
No, you have braces.
I know.
Bitch, that's a weapon. I could slip my whole... And now we fighting with blood.
No, like literally.
Yeah.
When I was fighting the girl, my septum ring was new. And I was like, why am I leaking if she didn't hit my face? It was just the helmet going around.
Bitch, I ain't even doing that no more because, bitch, I told you when I got in that fight at Empanada Mama, the first thing I said, oh, bitch, I don't want to have to go back to Colombia. My teeth's still there.
Oh, girl, I live that's Florida again. But no, the brace, I can't fight because I have fucking braces. It's going to fucking cut up my mouth. So, yeah.
So even if you win, bitch, you going to be leaking. The blood going to be everywhere. You going to look like you lost.
So, I love that you brought that up because as much as I like her, I was like, ooh, that's a good one. So, a few weeks ago, this interview comes out with Cam Newton and Dr. Bryant, and there's been so many opinions on it. And there was, for me watching it, there was so many where I disagreed with him and agreed with him, disagreed with her, agreed with him.
By the way, our audience specifically, we had a town hall a couple months ago and they didn't want to talk about like this specifically. So I want y'all to know we're pulling topics from this. We're not going to dissect.
One person didn't want to talk about it. I don't care.
No, there was a lot. I was on the thing.
It don't matter.
No,
a lot of people are
but that's why I'm saying, wait. But you didn't let me finish. We're not going to talk specifically to a Cam Newton or a Dr. Bryant as much as we're going to talk about the themes around the conversation and what was brought up in a general census. That's all.
I don't care what y'all want to fucking talk about at the end of the day. This is my goddamn show. So when I make the motherfucking outline, that's what we talking about. Shit. Anyway, point is, the reason this conversation is really important to me is because I am finding that I'm seeing a lot of celebration around taking care of your kids when it comes to men with money. And I don't have a dog in this fight as far as an absentee father. But I know from dating and from having very close friends and even from my own mother, what it's been like to have an inactive father. And even conversations for the last 8 years on this pod, and even before we were podcasting, things she would tell me about your dad. And I was literally thinking, this is a great conversation to have with Mandii because I can't imagine how you feel hearing shit like this. So Dr. Bryant, who is a relationship coach, she's a woman that had conversations recently with Nick Cannon and Cam Newton about them bringing kids into the world. And one specific conversation that really struck a chord for me was her conversation with Cam Newton and having more children but not getting married. So
a lot of people see my situation and not think that I'm not high function.
What situation?
See my situation. That's a very vague question, and it's for you.
What situation are you referring to that they're looking at and thinking is not high function?
Just my life.
Your life entirely, or your life in relationships?
My life.
See, don't deflect. Let's stay here. Your life entirely, or your life in relationships?
Both, really.
And they think that you're low functioning.
No, I don't.
You just said people see your life and think you're not high functioning. The opposite of that would be low.
No. Okay, so here you go.
You know the clip I'm talking about. We can insert the clip. Mm-hmm. So he said he wants to have more kids. Cam Newton currently has 8 children.
Yep.
And wants to have more children, but doesn't have a desire to get married. Nick Cannon has 750 children and no wife right now and claims to be a great dad. Can you be a great dad with having so many different relationships with women? Now, Dr. Bryant, the woman said you can't because you're creating broken homes. I completely agree with that sentiment. On the contrary, when I started having this conversation with a friend of mine, she's like, girl, my husband is here every day and don't do nothing with these kids.
Yeah, I disagree with that.
You disagree with what?
The same way I think that someone can be an awful partner and a great dad is the same way I feel like it, like, I'm trying to... So when I saw, first off, I don't think anyone is a good parent. That's where I want to start. And I say that because a lot of times people become parents for the first time. Even when they have multiple kids, they course correct from maybe what they felt like they did wrong.
And your parents are normal people.
Well, parents are always normal people, but being a parent is hard to teach. Mind you, a lot of people have the traumas from maybe how their parents failed. So the same way I feel like I'm kind of dating by knowing what I don't want, a lot of people who are parents are literally trying to be who their parents weren't without any idea of the right way to do something. They only know what they think is the right way to do something, but there's so many things involved. There's the economics of things. Then there's the kind of line between not giving your child enough love or attention and then spoiling. Like there's these like weird lines that if you go too far to the left, they feel like you don't love them enough. But then if you spoil a child, there becomes resentment and you hovering over them. Or as soon as they leave the house, now they feel like they can be free. Mm. So I feel like because we're dealing with humans as the children, I think, mind you have also all the outside forces where you can't protect them when they're at school or when they're at their friend's house. I think this idea of a good parent is one of those, it's literally aligned with a perfect man or a perfect woman. It doesn't exist. And so I think that the way that we believe that you can be a good parent, I think it's so subjective that I don't think it exists. And I think that someone's always going to fall short.
So to answer that question, I asked Instagram, and I'm going to read some of their answers, what an active parent looks like. So the reason I said that is because good dad, bad dad, fine. You paid for everything. Sure, you're a good dad in your head. But active parents, can you really be an active parent if you're not with that person? Again, to Dr. Bryant's point with creating broken homes. I say this to say, most successful...
Can you define an active parent first?
That's the thing. There is no definition. So I was going to say, I say this to say, no one's answer is the same. To me, I think my dad was an active parent because we got to do something every weekend together. Now, my dad literally worked 6 days a week. That to me was active. And I guess if my dad didn't live in my home, my parents are still married. I grew up with a father in the house. Maybe my dad would have had me any weekend anyway. So maybe he would have always been an active parent in my head. Now, everybody has a different answer. I'm going to read some of those, but I'm going to say this. I don't know if there's a way that Nick Cannon or Cam Newton can be active parents to 8 children, mainly because busy lifestyle. You don't live in the same city as all of these kids. How fucking active can you be? At least to me, baseline of an active parent, if you don't live in the same house or city, you should still know them teachers' names. You should still know the academia of your own kid, what their problems are, who their friends are. You should be engaging with them daily. How can you engage with 8 children daily?
I mean, niggas can engage with 8 women daily. I did want to say that there is a baseline online. An active parent is someone who is involved in their child's life and takes an active role in their growth and development. So there's 4 bullet points for this. Being proactive, so teaching values and being a role model. Again, where I feel like people being a role model is where it's hard. Communicating openly, setting clear expectations and boundaries. Being present, so participating in activities together and showing interest in the children's interests. And then providing positive reinforcement, which is encouraging good behavior. So in those, even just 4 bullet points of something, I think those are hard for people who even aren't parents to do in friendships, to do in relationships. So that's where I feel like being active as a human being is difficult, let alone with someone who is developing as a human being themselves. I think those things are hard.
I think it's hard, but I think that the main thing, sorry, I'm just trying to find where I screenshot all of this.
And I want to bring a point to, so I was raised in a single parent household.
Right.
And to be fair, where society and all of these places put emphasis on men to financially provide, again, the conversations around 50-50 dates, who pays for a first date, unfortunately, for fathers or men within the household, provision is a big thing. Providing is a big thing. So there's a lot of men who feel as though, well, none of my child support payments was late, so I did what I was supposed to do as a dad. And let's be very clear, that's where I kind of found an issue in becoming an adult. Like, my dad now feels like I owe him as an adult because he took care of me as a child because he paid his child support payments.
Right.
Crazy.
My nigga.
So crazy.
He feels like he is owed now because he did right by his child support. Mind you, didn't speak to us for a year, made us all go through DNA tests because my mom needed more help financially. Mind you, that's the only thing you got to do, because literally in the book I'm writing, can't remember one basketball game he showed up to, can't remember one intramural game, can't remember a soccer game. So your dad was not
an active parent. That's what you're saying.
But here's the thing. No, for a lot of people, in the way they could compare it, I saw him maybe every other weekend. And when it came to school supplies, when it came to Christmases, when it came to birthdays, when it came to showing on my mom, he came in all the electronics. Oh, your mom got you that for Christmas? Look what daddy got you.
Wait, hold on. Let me ask you a question.
No, so to me, and again,
you saw him every other weekend?
For a long time, yeah.
What did you guys do?
And then he called, and then my sister, who wasn't his, he took in until he didn't want to pay more money. Then it became a whole little thing.
So you spent time with your dad every other weekend?
And I don't know my white family. So whenever I was with my family, it was with my Jamaican side. So I know all my aunties, all my uncles. We were always with my Jamaican family. So that was the only family I had, was them growing up.
Eden, did you grow up with both parents in the house?
I did, yeah.
And Wolf, what about you?
No.
How, because I know you and your dad are super close now, like how often did you see your dad?
Man, if my memory serves me, probably similar to Mandi's in certain cases.
Some weekends less than others?
Enough?
I feel like the time we spent with each other was really quality time. That made it enough. Like,
I would say mine was different.
Ooh, that's why I asked you what you guys were doing.
We were hanging with his girlfriends. His girlfriends baked us cookies. His girlfriends took us to the mall. His girlfriends always were great. Like, there was Jennifer 1, 2, and 3. There were all, and we knew all the names, and we hung out with the other women in his life, and they were great.
So he didn't make your time.
My
just
dad,
for
but because I met my grandmother, just being Jamaican, like, he was just he worked hard, and he provided. That's what he knew what to do as a Jamaican. He worked hard. He could cook his ass off. And when he was around, it was like, yo, give me my time. I'm drinking my fucking beer. I'm smoking. I'm off from work because he worked so fucking much.
Now, I want to ask y'all this. So I made an Instagram story asking people to tell me what an active parent looked like. I then asked people, hey, if your baby mama and you break up, whatever, and she moves to another city, let it be work. How often is seeing your kid, does it make you an active parent? Because sometimes it's not by the choice of the father, right? And I want to give men some grace with that because a lot of women do move.
Maybe they weaponize, yep.
They had a painful breakup. Maybe they just are like completely like, I got to remove myself from this. In that instance, and especially income, because it's not just paying anymore, it's flying there. How often do you think you'd need to see that kid for them to be active enough?
I think it's subjective. I mean, and to be clear, I think that when a parent is not in the household all the time, again, I don't think you truly know how to be a parent. Like, so when we moved to Atlanta, when I was in high school, my dad never came to Atlanta to see us, but I came down to Orlando, spent a summer, and bitch ended up pregnant. Because he wasn't around. We was able to do, bitch, we went to Tampa. Bitch, I was at your house more than I saw my dad that summer. So I think that...
Not Jewel fucked up.
No. but to me, I think like that word, I don't want to lean on active because I think it looks differently and I think it shows up with you in adulthood differently.
I think that's the thing though. That's the conversation we're having, right? It's like, I want to at least talk about active because you and I both have friends with children. Maybe they're married, maybe they're in long-term relationships, or maybe they're single. And I keep seeing this reoccurring theme of one with my closest friend. Her daughter's about 15. That nigga don't spend money and he gets his daughter every summer. No money really goes there, right? He's not on child support. He never sends shit. So I'm just wondering, like, what is truly enough? So I'll read some of these comments from people so we can get an idea. So one woman says, an active father is present to the point where my kid can call him and he's either there ASAP or emotionally or physically. When my daughter calls her father, he lives 7 hours away. He's made his way down to Orlando if he needs to show up and or will sit on FaceTime with her to help her through emotionally. Another person said, if you can't do the same activities or large events like the mom is, you're not an active dad. Why is my father not there for graduation or a birthday? To me, that makes no sense. Another person says, mine is a very difficult one. My baby father is in the military, so he can't even get on the phone with my kid every day. However, he is doing enough to spend quality moments, interactions, and time, like Wolf said. Long letters, photos, very detailed memories. He is doing enough to make a impact and an imprint on her life. He even sends gifts that she'll randomly receive. Fathers who bond with their children. For the most part, I would say 90% of people said showing up for lifetime major events.
Yeah, which is crazy. My dad showed up to our graduations and our birthdays and even Christmas.
You even just said, I don't remember him at a basketball game.
Well, no,
I think
not a basketball game, but major. But again, subjective. He may not have thought that meant anything to me, but he showed up to all of our graduations, my school dances, all the things that maybe he considered large events, and don't think that that was him being active.
You don't think him showing up was active?
I think so.
You just want more.
Well, that's why I think all of this is subjective, because even that first thing you wrote, a man to be to open up emotionally or cope with my daughter's or children's emotions. That is such a hard thing for a man to do in a romantic relationship as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
So also the things that we require these men to show up as his parents, them niggas don't even know how to do with us.
Well, listen to this one about providing. I did a poll. I said, does money make you an active parent? 4,000 people voted. 87%. No. People do not believe providing is active. I then had someone write, this one was interesting. Please keep this anonymous, Weezy. My father is the CEO of a Fortune 500 company. I would literally have given back all of the expensive things he ever bought me just to have had some fun moments with him. A theme park, anything. I literally never did anything fun with my dad because he was so busy on making money, being popular and rich, and making sure he could say he was providing for his family. I grew so much resentment when he got married again because he got to have another daughter who I'm sure got more of him. Another dude wrote and said, fathers, can you tell me where you fucked up? This dude said, since me and my baby mother have so much more bitterness toward each other, literally it becomes a hostage negotiation to see my fucking kid. In most cases, I can only be as active as her mom will allow me to. And I know my daughter's going to grow up thinking I didn't give a fuck about her. There's even moments when I do see her and I'm so angry from having a 10-second interaction with her mom that I can't even be present anymore.
Mhm.
I believe that what you posted about Nick Cannon and Cam Newton not being active is totally correct. They are beginning relationships with their children while having no relationships with their mother. Having children with good women is not a good choice for your child. It's a bad choice for you and a bad choice for their future. That one I love because Cam Newton literally said something like, oh, well, these women are high functioning or whatever because they want to have kids. Like, I'm choosing good baby mamas. And I do think that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, rich niggas having a bunch of kids is bullshit. You're not going to tell me Father's Day, your kid wants to fucking see you and Nick Cannon can be 8 places and give them all the fucking love. And even if they're all in one place, Mandii, and he had to rent a goddamn event hall to fit all the kids, it's still not enough.
No,
You're doing too much.
But I'm also going to blame the patriarchy here and for what women are putting as a necessary need. Like I said, a lot of our conversations are, how much money do you have? What can you do for me? We're pushing the narrative that a man's value is based on how heavy his pockets are a lot of the time. And so if we're doing that in dating, if we're doing that in choosing a partner, where they feel like my value comes with my money. And so when they feel like their money is what matters to their children, to their families, to the women they date, that's why so many of them are going to believe like, well, I did what I was supposed to do. I made the money. You got paid. I told you that's where my dad feels like that's where my dad showed up. And I'm like now as an adult and hearing my mom. No, it doesn't. It's not all it takes. However, society is pushing the envelope that a man's value is based on how much money and what he can provide and how he provides it. And that unfortunately they don't know in what other ways they should be or have to show up. And it reminds me of the conversation where it's like, damn, y'all just keep moving the goalposts. Now I'm paying all the bills, but now I need to be an ear for you to listen. Now I need to be emotionally sound. And men are like, damn, I thought all I had to do was make money because that's what I thought. I thought I had to be a provider. Now you want me to be an emotional creature? You want me to show those things to you? Damn, I got to catch up. I don't know how to do that yet.
Dude, honestly, I think this is why we need more content surrounding fatherhood. And that's why I love DDG. Who was the new... Oh, Jacquees, they said, damn, he coming for DDG. Because he was like, oh, I don't know. I'm happy to be around this baby. Or, and I know that's your homegirl.
Yeah.
And I loved seeing that. I think he posted like, I don't know how y'all be doing nothing. Or whatever he said. And people were coming like, oh, wait till he get to this year. And it's like, God damn, let that nigga be fucking excited, bro.
Yeah.
To change a diaper, to be happy about being a dad for the first time. I love seeing DDG.
Well, I think that has to do with what his ex leaked. Because he made it seem like having a baby with someone doesn't mean you're a family with them. And so I think that's the other thing. Like,
what I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, so there was beef and drama. So I think whatever the response was, no, like we could be happy for someone, but if shit then came out, like people gonna be a little, I know I'm hoping for the best with their happiness, but there was a text message that got leaked where he was like, yeah, well, having a baby with a woman doesn't mean you're a family. And he said that to the ex, and the ex posted the screenshot.
When did he post that?
This was while she was pregnant. Yeah. So
anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know the family part. What I'm saying is I like watching him be a good dad. Actually, to me, it's not about them being...
We haven't seen him be a good dad. We saw they just had the baby, but we've seen the excitement of him becoming a father. And I like that aspect of it.
I'm going to actually disagree on that one. You said we haven't seen him being a good dad. I think the baby was 3 days old. To me, the excitement, changing a diaper, doing whatever, I feel like that to me is what I want to see. And it would give me the idea that someone is being a good dad / active dad. Like, I think what we're seeing from DDG is specifically why someone made that joke, you must be coming for him, is because he posts his kids so much, looks so excited, is laughing so much. And I don't feel like I see that kind of stuff. I see it with moms so much more. And I really would love to celebrate fathers' relationships with their kids and get to know that. Even if it's from celebrities or influencers or whatever, yeah. I really don't see a lot of that shit.
So you don't see it. I know that's a thing right now online, is especially even with Safari and other celebrities, they go and get their kids, take pictures, make it seem like they're active, and then they're not. So like to me, even speaking, and I guess it's like the couples goes.
What is there menacing about Safari?
Baby, you ain't got them nothing for their birthday. You don't know, you know nothing about them. You're never around. And the only time you're around them, you want to take all pictures and have it in their face like you're around.
Gotcha, okay.
So like, even to me, the posting online and things like that, those to me don't mean that you're an active or a good parent. Like my dad,
I think we're watching it though. It's still influencing.
My dad would be the loudest person at my events. My dad, before I went down to Orlando last time, he was bragging. He told me how he was bragging about me. Nigga, I ain't talked to you on the phone in a year and a half.
So what can a dad do?
But that's what I'm saying. We're humans.
You think it's, to the contrary.
I don't think you could be a good parent, period. I think that word good is...
But I think the point is like, still seeing men take on certain roles with their kid or spending time with their children. I think it's good to see. We don't see it. And I think like we're celebrating too much this whole having a bunch of babies but taking care of them money-wise thing, like that Nick Cannon conversation, which I hate. And I do like to see activity. I think that's really influential. One of my favorite videos online, I wish I could find it. It's a nigga that just had a baby and all his homeboys are in the house. It's like a New York dude and they holding dolls and shit with the baby. Has anybody seen this? And they like, ooh, she going to the grocery store. And it's like adorable to me because it's like, oh my God, seeing men have community. When I get pregnant, all my homegirls are going to rush to the forefront, right? Even the ones that don't have kids. That's what women do. But I just don't get to see it a lot in brotherhood or with men. And I feel like if we got to have more examples of that, it would really help show fathers that it's not just a payment. Like there's so much more contact. And it's made me hate Nick Cannon, bro. Anyway, okay. So more conversation that happened before we get out of here.
Yeah.
Specifically with Dr. Bryant.
Yep. I'm glad you brought this because this is the conversation I want to have.
She was talking about a lot of this high functioning. I hate that high value, high functioning comment, but high functioning meaning emotional management.
Yep.
Which is ironic because when I was listening, I almost felt like she didn't have it a little bit. She was getting very irritated by him bringing up her singleness. But I also think...
Because it's irritating.
It's irritating, but...
Because it invalidates me as a woman or why I can speak to what I'm speaking to.
No. He was doing it... I actually think he was doing it to like pick at her because she was...
That's what I'm saying. It was an insult.
I don't know.
So I can see her agitation because you're saying that to insult me.
Right. Which was rude. However... When we had Anwar on here, you had made a comment on.
Oh, that's why you let me get him up. I can.
So let me talk about this. A relationship coach being single is kind of crazy. However, why I could kind of see it is because I don't know if my therapist has ever been through some of the issues I'm talking about, whether it be financially, money, or whatever. But I do know they're skilled enough to guide me through, which I believe Dr. Bryant can be.
Right.
When Anwar was on here, I think he's amazing. I love some of his advice. Some of it I don't, but for the most part I do. You were like, well, he's gay.
Well, no, so let me explain my point. I do not believe that a gay male should be giving advice to heterosexual women on their relationships with men. Because what a gay man has gone through in his life, how he interacts the same way we know, they act completely different with Grindr than they do on Tinder. There is a huge difference between heterosexual relationships and homosexual relationships. One thing. Secondly, we didn't get into it. I know he has history of speaking to dating online. I did not remember asking about his educational background. We didn't ask that. So I don't know what it is.
Doing it 15 years.
Which is what, doing something for 15 years?
No, I'm saying has been active doing it and has literally studied it. And he talked about that.
Well, I want to know the criteria. Well, and I say that because
can he be gay and do it?
No. We've had Sham Booty on the podcast who went to school to become this because she was giving advice for years before she went to school.
For sex ed.
Right. So my and relationships, that's her umbrella. That's why she's not a full sex expert. It was definitely the mix between relationships, her dynamic. That's why she got married. That's why she went to school. Got it. But it's because she said she didn't feel like people took her serious without both. I don't think I can get relationship advice from a gay man who has never had a heterosexual relationship with a man. I also, again, don't know his education. Lastly, Dr. Bryant specifically, has 2 degrees and a doctorate on specific psychology. So she went to school for it.
Agreed.
Cool.
I understand why she can coach.
So the same way I believe for someone, and this is the argument I have all the time, I'm fine with Skip Bayless being a commentator, speaking on the business and all this stuff of sports without having ever been an athlete. To me, Dr. Bryant expresses she had 4 proposals. She's been in numerous relationships where she did admit that 3 of them were because she wasn't ready. So to me, she's gotten as far as being proposed to, engaged, didn't go through with a full wedding. I don't think that it's bad for her to be current in a moment in time. She's currently single, giving advice. I don't think she has to be married to give relationship advice because
agree,
she's not specifically talking
but
to married women.
I agree with you on she doesn't have to be married to give advice.
Okay.
However, I do think, and that's why the Anwar thing and Dr. Ryan thing came to my mind.
Mm-hmm.
He's been married 15 years and has 3 children and has been going through the weeds of what a relationship is like. And to me, I almost feel like their roles could be reversed. And I'll tell you why. To me, he is more authorized to be giving coaching advice while in a relationship. And she'd be better off talking to women on being single because she's actually in the dating field. But I'm not going to hold you, Mandii. Like, a single woman, it wouldn't give me a lot of faith if they were coaching me in dating. Now, if she's coaching in relationships and dynamics, to me, that's more therapy. So I understand why she does that.
She's a relationship coach, yeah.
Yeah. So, but I get why he was trying to like kind of stick it to her because he's feeling like shitty when she's telling him what he's doing is wrong, which Cam Newton is wrong. But I almost felt like they could be flipped. To me, someone married to 15 years, that's a long accomplishment, and coaching that entire time. And the children, most of the women coming to him probably want a husband and kids. That's why they're paying tens of thousands of dollars, right? In her particular case, if you're coaching married people and never have been married, you're
Well, that's
coaching
what I'm
them from
saying. I don't know if she's
from a
coaching.
psychological level.
I don't know. So I
She
don't.
is.
I
She
don't
said
know
that.
her to be a marriage counselor though. Like you could, but you're dealing with the relationship dynamics. Like so, I think that that's the problem. When you're in a relationship, whether you're married, whether you're single, whether you're dating, whether you're ethical non-monogamous, whether you're monogamous, you're dealing with people and communicating, which is what she talked about. That's why she believes she's high functioning because she knows to listen and she knows how to communicate. I think those are the difficulties and tropes that we have in relationships so much that I don't find it a problem that she's doing it. To me, though, if I'm sitting,
I don't think it's a problem that she's doing it either.
No, but where on the other end, I don't think there's a problem with what she's doing with Anwar being a homosexual Black man giving advice to Black heterosexual women. That's where I find it to be completely like, nah, bruh.
So let's talk more than about experience.
Yeah.
If he's had most of his clients end up in successful relationships, is he not doing the job they're paying him to do?
I could say this is the #1 podcast in the world. I could say anything. I didn't see stats.
I mean, now you're trying to nail somebody to the cross, but let's just say we're taking that word for value. Like, there are many people that do a job with something that they don't have. You, before you got in a relationship, were giving relationship and dating advice before having a boyfriend.
Yeah.
We've been there and doing it. I think someone that's been in a field for 15 years, literally even when he was like, I said, is there any relationship advice? I think I said this, that you may regret. He's like, some of it has had to change or dynamics. Like, I don't know. I do believe you can coach someone like to date, even though you're gay. Like, I believe that. I think also dealing with Black women specifically is probably what makes it a lot more relative, right? Like, I'm sure white women probably come to him, but we're raised in a Black family. He understands these dynamics with men. Yeah, he's gay, but I've had a gay therapist before that's listening to advice. There are some people that seek out gay therapists for their gay issues alone. But I don't really think there's anything wrong. To me, it's more about knowing you've experienced this yourself. That's why I think Cam Newton probably was fucking hating on her with that.
You could talk about relationships
But to be a doctor,
and dating.
that's another level of
To me,
schooling.
sexuality matters because I would just say that then. Sexuality matters to me in how you navigate the advice that you're receiving from any coach. And so to me, someone who's Christian, faith-based, monogamous, and has never had an ethically non-monogamous relationship wouldn't go to. Like sexuality to me in terms of discussing relationships, which is why we talk so much about how sex impacts our relationships or why people feel like your relationship can't be real because of the dynamics you insert in sex. That's where I'm saying, like, we're dealing with people, yes, but sexuality plays such a large role in how we show up in relationships, specifically romantic ones. I'm not taking dating advice from a homosexual. I'm just not. I refuse. You ain't never been in a heterosexual relationship. The same way I'm not going to take advice from a monogamous, faith-based person who has never experienced lifestyle.
So then, is Dr. Bryant then qualified to be giving dating advice to people that want to get married? She's not.
Well, she said the 3 of the 4 proposals, she never made it all the way. But also you're asking someone to me, getting married is not the high all be all. And there's people
that are paying. I'm gonna disagree with this, Mandii.
Okay, you can disagree.
People that are paying.
Yeah.
I don't believe that everybody thinks marriage is a high all be all, but we can all pretty much tell. If you're spending money, you're not looking for just a boyfriend.
So let me ask you this question. On the opposite end. She has never been married, but has been proposed to 4 times and has been in long-standing relationships. Would you rather take advice from her or someone who's been divorced 3 times? Because then those marriages...
That's a good question.
The marriages didn't work.
I actually think that's a wash on them, to be real. So she's been proposed to 4 times. Don't know why. Don't know what type of niggas you date. To be honest, she could have stayed in relationships where, like I don't know, might have been your fault too.
She said it was her fault for 3 of them. So that she left.
Right. And so like the course correcting learning where you I think you can probably teach people, but I actually consider them to be equal. The reason I do is because there's a lot of power in saying no. So if a woman's been divorced, or like when my single friends give me advice, right? And my man has even said to me too, like, I don't know why you would ask or talk to this about so-and-so if they're not, right? And I'm like, yeah, but they've been in a relationship before. And a lot of women say no to bad relationships. Me too. If I would have stayed with old babe, would that have made me better? Like, no. So the divorcing, the getting into I don't know. The only thing I want to know when I'm talking to somebody, if I'm really asking them to lead me, I would actually rather see them in it. So if I had to pick from her or Anwar, it'd probably be Anwar. Mainly because that lifestyle is probably what I would want when I'm paying for it, what I'm looking for. And I do know that a 15-year marriage is so unheard of. And children, that to me, I'm like, damn, you probably got more to teach me than she do.
They've been able to be married for 15 years legally?
He's from Canada, I'm not sure. But I think marriage in New York was over 20 years ago.
Was it over?
I think so.
No, because I was here when it became legal.
The United States became legal.
No, it's still by state. It's not a federal.
Well, maybe they went to Hawaii.
It's not
I don't know.
federally.
It ain't federally. Yes, it is.
Gay marriage is not a federal. It's still by state, I thought.
No, that's abortion.
Can we look that up?
Obama, it happened under Obama. That's what you probably remember. Hawaii was first.
It still wasn't 20 years.
All the gays was going home.
On June 26, 2015, the U.S. Supreme Court struck down on all state bans on same-sex marriage. So it's legalized in all 50 states.
Okay.
So that's 10 years.
9 years. Bro, 2015, bro. What?
Nigga, okay, I'm just saying it.
You
like
said 20, bitch.
Damn,
I was like, wait,
it's
I've
really
been...
only 9 years. That's crazy.
Who knows when
9 years.
Come out?
Okay.
But anyway,
So I don't know if he was legally married for 15 years, but okay.
you could have gotten married in another state,
another
though. And they're
country,
Canadian.
You're right.
Yeah, that was also a common thing, out of state thing.
Yeah, in Canada, they definitely got a better fucking representative than we do. But anyway, say all that to say, yeah, for me, I do believe in longevity and working it through and it being healthy. Like, that's a good marker. And I would say that to someone in business. If you had a fucking podcast studio or any kind of audio production studio a longer time than me and that business was running and up, I'm going to probably ask you for some advice before I would an influencer that just opened their shit, but it boomed. Like, I do think that longevity is something that people respect. But again, I think Dr. Bryant can counsel because of the psychology degree. But dating, I don't know.
I mean, it's advice, yeah. I still don't want nothing from a homosexual.
I don't really know why that bothers you so much.
It doesn't bother me. I'm saying, first off, I'm not bothered. I'm not angry. I don't feel like I want someone...
Even if someone is more well-read than you in dating a relationship.
I believe sexuality matters. That's my point. That's my point, is that the sexuality matters. And your experience through the sexuality that you are matters. If you have not had a heterosexual relationship...
But if your experience is to help women get to... That's pretty much what it is, get to the finish line, which is marriage, right?
And I guess that's my different, like where I feel like it's different. I think relationship advice, relationship coaching and those things, marriage is not the end goal for everyone. So when we talk about the qualifications of why someone may be going to a dating or relationship coach, them being single in the moment to help me through my relationship doesn't matter if they're married or not.
Do you think that... Actually, this is for everybody in the room. So Anwar is not a matchmaker. He's a dating coach for people that want to get married. That's like what he said.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all think that anyone that's spending money, though, is going to spend money if they're not looking for a husband or wife? Because I actually don't.
It's couples therapy. Happens all the time.
No. Single people paying a dating coach. Single people paying a dating coach.
So that's the thing. She's not a dating coach. She's a dating counselor.
I'm not talking about her. I'm just trying to this is conversation. Because you're saying marriage isn't the end goal for everybody. But I think for dating coaches, that's got to be their thing. Do y'all believe that everyone paying for dating coach wants to get married?
I thought so. I would think that there's an end goal if you're doing something like that.
Or just to get a partner. Just because you get with someone doesn't mean they're going to be your husband. I don't think
people are going to pay for it if it's not.
But I don't think there's a way to confirm that just because you make a match that this person is going to be your husband.
I know, but I think when someone's spending the money, they want marriage.
But there's no way to, that's what I'm saying. Even if we get matched, that doesn't mean this person's going to be my husband or my wife.
Mm-hmm.
I think that that's an unrealistic expectation. Just because I'm paying money, I'm going to find my husband. That's not how that works.
I feel like it's like if you go to Subway and like you get a wrap instead of a fucking 6 foot or a foot long. You know what I'm saying?
So the thing that's happening within dating coaches, right? From even when I gathered, when he talked about specifically, these women in bigger cities. Remember when he said 6 to 8 months for a commitment, whereas the other one's 90 days? I think what's happening is that these people that are paying don't have the tools to set, because it's all about boundaries. And this is actually something he said on a live I watched. He's like, I'm not saying stress him out, but by stress him out, I mean, make your boundaries that strong. I'm not doing this, or I'm not going to be dating you without having XYZ. Like you've made some for yourself too, right? Like,
no, those are my boundaries. There's a difference though between boundaries and ultimatums, which we talked about too.
Right.
Like,
so
women got to be cool with walking away.
Right.
That's a boundary.
That's the point. So like, I think dating coaches are there to kind of guide you through that because a lot of women, A, aren't walking away, B, setting that tone, or C, able to really go out there and date in a way that puts them in a position of power. I think a lot of girls go on these dates and they're kind of just like following the dude's, flow. Whereas the coaches are kind of being like, hey, this is what your next step needs to be. I think that's why people pay. But I also believe that the end goal for them is marriage. I find it hard to believe that there is a woman out there that would spend anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 to just have a long-term. I think they really want a husband. Because I think people that just want to date casually feel comfortable enough to do it solo. But you don't.
We disagree on this. And
girl, what the fuck?
I know we've been going back and forth for a long time and we're over on time.
So then wrap it up. Shit, wrap it up.
No,
then.
I'm just like, I've said my point. You've said your part. Drop in the comments where you stand on dating coaches, dating relationships and qualifications of them. And drop it in the comments below. That's it, ho. If you guys want some more content like this, make sure you join us on our Patreon. That's patreon.com/Whoreible Decisions. This has been yet another episode of Whoreible Decisions.
Bye, niggas. What happened? If you haven't heard Monday's episode yet, it is the same exact guest, which we've never done.
Ooh. Yeah, no, we haven't.
Oh,
but we
back to back. Shout out to Drake. He's back. No, I'm kidding.
Actually, he is.
How? From that one song with Gordo?
No. First off, he dropped 2 with Gordo, Healing and Sideways. And then he just dropped 100 gigabytes of new music.
Did
you hear? This is
first
biracial.
Off, don't do that.
Together.
Don't do that.
I'm not going to hold you. For the next couple of months, this is how people are going to listen to Drake.
People phony. I ain't gonna hold you. People is just sheep. I done been to a whole lot of parties, whole lot of clubs, a whole different country, and baby Drake was going off, and the girls and the boys was
but
dancing
I'm not gonna lie,
it.
You know what was too? They not like us.
Listen, they not like us. I've heard they not like us every day since it came out. Like just accident, just walking around, someone played it. But you know that clip of Drewski dancing to Grease? Like when it's like a little meme of him dancing. He's like, this is like a meme of Drewski dancing on a boat to a Drake song. Like you forget that the minute there's a banger, everyone's gonna be like, oh, like goodness gracious.
It has to be a banger.
Literally.
Goodness gracious, or the Super Soul with Yachty's out right now. It's all over TikTok.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. He's still dropping, and I don't even like
that song was just so
music.
Good.
That shit was Gordo.
By the way, how crazy is it that revamps happen? I don't know if anyone ever heard of Gordo before. He looked very familiar to me. When I used to rave with Vinny back in the day, one of my favorite DJs was this dude named DJ Carnage because he would play trap shit. I'm looking at him.
That's him?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
That's 10 years ago.
Look at that.
So I'm talking to a friend of mine, like, why would they do that? And it's like, because when you're boxed in, if you don't rename.
Didn't Hitmaker do that? Hitmaker did that.
Hitmaker did that. So did 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz used to be Titty Boy.
Titty Boy, DTP, serving the piece we know about Two Titty. God.
Well, anyway. Oh, that's right. Here we go. See what happened, Jay?
Yeah.
So the same thing that happened that day. No. Jay comes in. I wanted to do this outline about marriage because when I clicked on your Instagram, I'm like, oh my God, he's happy. Okay. And you were getting a gift for your husband that day, I think, but we ended up getting so deep in combo. And
into
one of which
sexuality.
We need to talk about off the top.
Yes.
The Gabrielle Union.
Yeah, so now y'all came to your senses that I was right?
Listen,
I didn't say you were right.
It's not that we think that you have
right.
more ground to stand on than we initially gave you.
Thank you.
But also, I'm not going to be up here saying she's not a great actress, but then if I look at the rankings, I go, oh, where am I putting her? Where am I putting her? So, I think this is a black people we need to have a referendum in the black community. Everyone's gonna get a pamphlet and everyone can vote and we'll figure out where we're gonna place. Angela Bassett, we know she's above, Angela Bassett is above Gabrielle Union, of course.
Is she above Viola Davis?
If there is, you know how people do tiers where you're worth 5 points, 4 points, 3 points, 2 points, 1 point?
Yes.
Gabrielle Union is a 2-pointer.
Or 3?
I would not even put her at 3 points.
Then who's your 3-pointers?
Who's 3?
So
if Viola and Angela are 5.
Yeah.
And Keke Palmer's 4.
We're giving Keke Palmer 4.
Okay, right.
We're giving Keke 4 and not 3?
I would give Keke Palmer 3.
Okay.
I would give her 3.
But then I gotta give Gabrielle Union a 3.
I think Keke's above Gabrielle in terms of acting
I have
skill.
Gabrielle at a 2.
Wow. Wow.
I have like Megan Good at a 1. Don't do that. What? Is she dead? Is she dead? Baby, there has been zero range with Megan Good. Not you getting your inhaler. Hold on, y'all are asking me.
I already needed it, but that took it over.
Y'all are asking me where I'm placing the people. So I got Megan Good.
Really? Who's
Hold on, I'm about let me see.
Weezy live up to her nickname.
Hey.
Okay, a 4. I would probably put.
Oh my God.
Like an Octavia Spencer, Kerry Washington.
I'm sweating.
Kerry Washington ain't up there in 5?
I would put Kerry Washington at a 4.
I'll give Kerry 4 or 5.
I would give her a 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Octavia Spencer 4 or 5.
Okay. She got hardware. Okay, yeah. Oh my God, that got me.
That was funny.
Yeah,
What do you
just a shot that I wasn't ready for you to take.
What do you have against Cousin Skeeter?
No, so here's, baby, don't do that. Because even she had mad years from then to get better. And Harlem and that recent black divorce
Halle Berry's
shit.
at a 5, sorry.
No, Halle Berry, I would put at a 4.
Hold on, this is crazy. I just typed in African American actors.
Same, me too.
It comes up as the 3rd image.
Well, you just caught a snippet of some bonus content over on our Patreon.
How are you not a subscriber yet? How? Patreon.com/horrible decisions for a bunch of really fun content from us.